Queen of the Ring final. LYRA Valkyrie won the Raw side of things on Monday night. And we have NIA JAX versus Bianca Belair, Mike Rossi. Which one do you see facing LYRA at Saudi on Saturday afternoon?
I think it's got to be Nia. Just think of it. Like, what does Bianca need to win Queen of the Ring for? And I know you can say that about Gunther too, but he's elevating to like the main event level now. So I see it with him, but Bianca's there. She's a tag champ now. To me, Nia getting wins over Jade and Bianca to get to the final. And that's good for her, right? It kind of gives her a new purpose. It might change her character a little bit, which isn't a bad thing. And then Lyra's just, she wins just being there. So I can't see her winning it because I'd expect Gunther for Raw as the king and Nia.
Oh, so
as
you
the
think
queen.
they split brands?
Yeah, Nia is the queen on SmackDown. And at the end of the day, I think it adds a layer to Nia's character that she might need. And, you know, it's not like Bianca's hurt by it either. You know, she's already selling in the injury. She had a good match with Stratton last week.
Yeah, it was a very good match with Tiffany. I can see, well, first off, I think you're right. I can see Nia with the crown. I can see it being cartoonish / like achievement awards / breakout kind of thing. I think she's earned it. I think she's done a decent job since returning in a really dead character, a dead spot. You know, she was dead from pretty much up to the pandemic. She was go away heat on your TV pretty much. She's done a good job of kind of freshening up and being really good in this role. I think Triple H has done a great job booking her and presenting her as that kick-ass heel, irresistible force type of person. And I think she's fits it like a glove. I think she's done really good for what it is and who she is. So I think she's earned it. But there's something to Lyra. They really, really like her. Starting with Shawn Michaels, was really keen on her, always protected her, especially on the undercard, always gave her something to do, over pushed her as champion, really. If you think about it, she was the runner-up to Tiffany when she just arrived. She wasn't really over. She was figuring it out with the character. They forced her to beat Becky, and she kind of found her footing despite all of that. And her NXT run at the end of the day, looking back at it, was, oh, wow, that was actually pretty good. She's never exciting, always solid. She's like a carpenter in there. She always has a good match. And the character's starting to work itself out. I think lynching her up with Becky, no pun intended, is going to do her really, really good in like an understudy role and really not having her rely on that, how do I put this? Like dominant character, really. She doesn't have to be that dominant A personality because that's not within her, especially right now. So she can kind of latch on to Becky. She can get the accolade as Queen of the Ring. And I don't know. I think I wouldn't rule her out. I think that I think she would be really good in an underneath sympathetic role in a match with Nia. Because I do agree with you. Nia is winning on SmackDown as she should, I believe, too. Bianca doesn't need it, and the knee is enough of a story to kind of get us where it needs to be. I don't want to even say roll up surprise. Wow. I would kind of go 70-30. I would go 30%. I can see it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I mean it's definitely a good point. I just think it's more like what they did with Dragunov here is
no, I don't think you're wrong. As I went 70, but I can see it. I wouldn't rule it out.
Yeah, it's just like the way why I lean Nia is like, you know, Lyra wouldn't be hurt by that loss, right? No. But Nia, I mean, Nia's gonna obviously give or win back to Jade at some point soon, right? Maybe after they lose the tag title. So, and then, you know, you can do a little program with Bayley too. I think it's
interesting, right? It's a good roadblock for Bayley to overcome. What if I told you, like, would you rule out Nia Jax beating Bayley, dominating her? Like,
I don't, because then Jade beats her, and that's how Jade takes off. Right?
And it means more, right?
Right. And then, you know, everybody's going to say Stratton, but I don't know. I think Stratton I don't think they're going to go too quick with her. And I think having Nia as like the top heel and her as like the the next in line, feuding with whoever, right? Isn't a bad
Villain.
thing, right?
No, and there's off-screen chemistry between Stratton and Nia that if that could translate on screen for sure, I could see being a thing also. They have
and
a
you got
unique
Chelsea there too.
Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank.
I think is Money in the Bank. As I was going to say, I know we talked about that off of
I
air
loved it
last weekend, but I just think that she makes the most sense for that, and maybe she's the one who beats Bayley. So then you've got her with Money in the Bank beating Bayley. You've got Nia, feuding with Bianca and Jade, which maybe with Stratton as a tag partner. That makes a lot of sense, and then I don't know. Does the Queen get like a title shot out of this?
See,
that's one thing.
The King and the Queen. I don't necessarily think that they've announced that they get a title shot. Right. In the past, they've given them. In the past, they haven't. I really couldn't tell you.
Zelina didn't get one, but I mean that's also 2 years ago.
Different regime, also
completely different company now. So
that was also the Queen's crown,
right? They have, and they changed their character with that too, which. I feel like Gunther's really not going to change his character that much, so that's why I think Nia could, like Queen Nia.
I can see her wearing the crown and doing well with it too.
I can see her being a goof with it, and then having Chelsea with the briefcase, and just maybe that leaves Stratton as somebody that's a favorite to win the Rumble next year. I just think that you got legs with Chelsea. I think she did a good job with Roxanne for that, so I like the idea of Nia kind of running as the top heel for a little bit, and kind of letting the other stuff, because it won't be a long run. Even if maybe she beats Bayley, whatever. Maybe honestly, maybe you do Bayley and Nia at Money in the Bank, and Bayley beats her, Nia attacks her after, and then Chelsea cashes in, and maybe even like Chelsea throws Piper aside for Nia. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you've got ways to go with that, right? But I think Nia winning this is where I would go. I mean, I don't hate the Lyra idea too, because it elevates her. But like we were saying earlier, I think she's elevated just being in that match.
Yeah, especially on the PLE, the bright lights, winning 2 of the King Ring of the matches already, or 3 King and the Queen of the Ring matches so far. Overall, what's your thoughts on Queen of the Ring as a tournament? I think it's been a success. I like that they're giving the women, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes per match. I think Lyra and Io went like 15, so it's better than the fucking 4, 3, 2 minutes that they were getting in the Queen's Crown a few years ago.
Yeah, both tournaments were kind of rough starts with the way that they, I don't know, they seemed like they kind of hot shot it and then decided to do some injury angles to pull people out of it, right? It was kind of interesting how they did that. Like there were matches that were announced, like Jade wasn't originally in it, and then she was. And then other people were out of it without real explanation, so it didn't have a good start. But I mean, I definitely think that the Queen matches have been good, especially on SmackDown, because
which is weird. Raw's more of a time filler type of scenario,
right? But I think they picked the right matches to be off TV too, which I
like the house show stuff. Yeah, the house show stuff was good.
It was good to do it that way, but at the end of the day, I mean. Yeah, Nia beat Jade by DQ, but it was fun. The way they did it was cool. Lyra's been good in her Raw matches, and I could even see her maybe turning heel on Becky at some point too, and kind of being the one that just has Becky's number.
Yeah, it works. It all works. All right, I'm gonna go 33% Lyra. I'm gonna bounce it up a little bit, 67% Nia, and. It's time to get out of here, Mike.
Bianca a little bit, right? Give Bianca.
Oh shit! Yeah. I'll give her 5. I'll go 62 Nia, 33 Lyra, 5 Bianca.
There we go.
Which is crazy. She's the biggest star. All right, Mike. This was fun as always. We'll see you in the next one, buddy.
All right, later, man.